Good evening, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Hank, and our group is briefing on our progress of our work. So here's the forecast for our presentation. Introduction, the state of our work, financial findings, research, teamwork, group timeline, issues, and our conclusion. So progress report introduction. To help bring you up to speed on our project, Wayne State's recycling program currently is not good enough. Wayne State should be a leader in Detroit sustainability. A major issue is a lack of recycling points on campus, a lack of marketing advertisement on sustainability, a lack of education on sustainability to campus community, and more recycling programs like e-waste and batteries. In order to propose some changes to Wayne State, we are researching Wayne State's sustainability strategic plan, other universities' sustainability plans, financial aspects of those, and community knowledge and needs for recycling. The main purpose of this progress report is to showcase our findings and to also be open to helpful criticism from the audience. The progress report presentation is also to highlight progress and the problems that we have faced as individuals and as a group while working on our project. These will be addressed throughout the presentation.
Hello, my name is Marco, and my responsibility was to research the costs of the campus sustainability programs in Michigan compared to Wayne State's sustainability program and its costs that it incurs. So I found that while some universities are not very involved with the campus sustainability program, and they're not very transparent about it, such as Oakland University, which I had trouble finding information regarding their actual sustainability program. There are schools in Michigan that do have very good sustainability programs, such as the University of Michigan, and they serve as a blueprint that Wayne State could use in order to better improve their sustainability program. The University of Michigan has a program called Blue Planet, and I was able to find some information related to the costs that Blue Planet incurred and some of their funding. But first, Wayne State. So I was able to find some information related to the cost that Wayne State would take upon implementing their 5-year sustainability program. Wayne State plans that over 3 years, from 2017 to 2022, 2018 to 2021, the cost to implement sustainable initiatives would be $132,000, with personnel being 42% of the cost. And Wayne State sustainability program, its costs are largely overshadowed by the amount of money that's invested by the University of Michigan to improve their program sustainability, with investments in sustainability that total $100 million. And I believe that if Wayne State wants to better improve its program, the funding needs to increase, but more research needs to be done regarding the actual funding of University of Michigan sustainability program. I know that a lot of its funding does come from gifts from private donors, and while Wayne State is not as lucky to receive gifts that are that substantial, and more research needs to be done regarding the implementation of some of the programs that Wayne State's 5-year program plans to implement, and especially with the cost. So diverting food waste through composting is a goal that Wayne State had, and also the implementing of a campus recycling center. And the plan is to research more in depth the actual cost of such a program. But that is the progress of my work so far. I've looked into those specific costs regarding those schools, and in the future I hope to also ascertain the costs of other schools and their sustainability programs in Michigan, specifically Michigan State, Central Michigan University, and Western Michigan University, and Michigan Tech. Those final numbers and costs will be on the final project. And I'll pass it over to Steph. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Milan Jani, and I'm in charge for doing research about other universities' sustainability programs and the way they implement their programs. In my research, I'm concentrating more on universities who are doing better than Wayne State at sustainability projects. My main topic for this report is going to be tracking an evaluating tool that is used by a lot of universities across the nation for their sustainability projects. The tool that I'm referring to is called STAR. It's the Sustainability Tracking Assessment and Rating System, and this rating and assessment system actually evaluates the standard for sustainability in universities. So here I will work with my team member in contact with Wayne State University Sustainability Office, and will try to pursue them actually to start using programs like STAR for their assessment of their projects. Now, I think this kind of programs will help keep checks and balances on the projects that are undertaken by Wayne State Universities. Now here we are going to look into the detailed explanation of University of Michigan's report, and just if I click here, this is how the report is actually generated after you get evaluated by STAR. And as you can see here, University of Michigan is a gold rated in their sustainability efforts. And if you see down here, that these are general topics, as you see, like institutional characteristics, academics, and so forth. And those general topics actually consist of the main subtopics, as you may, are like air and climate, buildings, energy for operations, and these things get rated. So University of Michigan, for example, in their air and climate sustainability, they earned 4.11 out of 11, and so forth. Here Michigan University has shown tremendous efforts actually in making their dining halls as sustainable as it can be, and they are working with one area at a time to reach their final goal. Actually, that was to get a gold rating in their sustainability program. And I think and based on my research, I think I'm well on track with my research for this topic, and very confident about what I found from researching other universities. My expectations for the upcoming cycle is to find more and more practicable and credible information on this topic and try to pass it on to the Office of Sustainability at Wayne State. I will also hope that my research proves useful and Office of Sustainability at Wayne State picks up the reporting by STAR, the credible reporting website that we have, to evaluate their projects. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Villa, and briefly I will be going over what our team progress has been and what my task was. So my task was to review Wayne State's current sustainability plan and figure out what we can improve on. I saw that our sustainability plan is very short compared to other universities, and we also don't spend a lot of money like other universities do. U of M spends millions of dollars for their sustainability plans, whereas Wayne State has only spent about $100,000 towards their initiatives. So as a group, we decided that our objectives are to reduce waste on campus and increase recycling at our campus. We also saw a huge opportunity in electronic waste, and so ways we can reduce our waste is by encouraging our peers to bring their own coffee mugs to school, bring their own plastic containers to refill their water bottles. Small things like this can create a huge impact, especially when there are thousands of people who come to this campus every day. Just by reducing the number of plastic bottles can really make a difference. And as far as recycling, we want to make sure our peers are aware that plastic film cannot go into paper recycling bins, because that'll contaminate the paper and then it makes it useless for material recovery facilities. And third, the electronic waste can create fires at material recovery facilities, so we want to make sure that our peers have somewhere we can throw this waste at and not just throw it in our regular trash bins and things like that, so that way we can avoid fires at these material recycling facilities.
Hello, I'm Schaefer Aude, and this is my progress report on my research into sustainability practices at Wayne State University. So I continued my analysis of these important documents from the Sustainability Office, beginning with the Sustainability Strategic Plan, which listed 6 major overall goals, and for each of those goals they included 1, 3, and 5-year benchmarks. And since this plan was created in 2017, I thought looking at the 1-year benchmark, since we're now in 2019, might be a good way to get a sense of how Wayne State is doing on these sustainability objectives. So from among the 1-year benchmarks, I chose one from each goal to be a key objective that seemed like a good way to evaluate the status of sustainability at Wayne State, and those I've listed here in this table. Moving on to the Environmental Task Force report. That was released way back in 2007 and included recommendations for the timeframes listed here. So focusing on the 0 to 3 years and 3 to 5 years, so things that would have been done up until 2012, I chose some, again, key points that should help evaluate how Wayne State is doing. And here is an overview of the objectives from the 2007 to 2010 time frame. And this is an overview of important things from the 2010 to 2012 time frame. Continuing in my research into relevant campus committees, the first of which being the President's Standing Committee on Environmental Initiatives. I was able to find the list of the members of this committee, but still not any transcripts or recordings, and their website says they meet monthly, but I'm not sure that's still true. So what I need to do moving forward is contact some of the members, and hopefully I can get some information from them. And the Energy Curtailment Committee is even more mysterious. There's an old report that lists some measures they took in the past, but if Daryl Pearson or someone from the Sustainability Office can't give me more information about this, this might be a dead end. Moving on to some of the primary research avenues I'm exploring, I'm making a survey, and the 2 major concerns with that are the format and then its actual content. As far as the format, I've been exploring SurveyMonkey.com, which I think may work for our purposes, but it has 2 major limitations that I'll need to bring up with the group. These being that you can only have 10 questions and you can only see 100 responses, but we may be able to circumvent this by having multiple accounts or something like that, or we might just have to spend a few dollars. Here's just a glimpse at some of the survey questions I've been trying to come up with. And then as far as I would also like to do 1 or more interviews. Here's some people I've identified. I've contacted Daryl, but I still haven't set up an actual interview, and then I plan to contact this Mr. Barry Johnson to talk about the President's Standing Committee on Environmental Initiatives. And that concludes my progress report. I'll now hand it over to the next group member.
As project manager, I have created this timeline to help us stay organized. As you can see on our timeline, we have completed the first 2 columns. I have this timeline set up so we know what and when something is due. The highlight tells us what something is important, the group goals lets us know what we should be doing, and the check-in make sure individuals are working as a group, and highlights group meetings. The goal is to complete each project 24 hours before the class due date, so we have time to edit. Therefore, the final date of completion for each project is a day prior. Among our issues while working as a group, these are the 3 biggest that we have faced. Communication is an issue right off from the start. Since this is an online class, it makes coordination much harder. We have a group chat using WhatsApp, but there isn't a lot of group discussion. It's primarily used as a message board for project management to discuss project due dates and to corral group members into finishing their work. The solution is having group meetings over Google Hangouts so that we can have face-to-face conversations so that everyone can get a foot on what their part is. Consistency in formatting is also an issue. We want to have the project seem like it's worked on by many people, but read like it's one single entity that wrote it. This isn't a major problem, but definitely makes the project seem unprofessional and come off as sloppy. The fix to this is working on communication and having the team edit projects as a group during discussions on Google Hangouts. Late submissions. Late submissions haven't been an issue for turning in projects, but certainly has been an issue in creating professional documents. When group members follow a project deadline like they would a personal project, this puts unnecessary stress on individuals within the group. Adding rough draft materials into a finalized product within a small window of time can cause the project to come out unprofessional. Not only is this unfair to some members, it also causes friction on the group dynamic. This is why we implemented deadlines to be 24 hours before class due dates.
I'll be going over our conclusions and recommendations for the project. So, in summary, we looked over Wayne State's financial commitment. So Wayne State's sustainability budget seems to be extremely limited compared to a school who has a successful program such as U of M, and I plan to research more of the costs associated to implementing Wayne State's sustainability plan more in depth. We also talked about the research regarding other universities. That is the work that Schaefer and Millen are currently doing. And Steph was in charge of reviewing Wayne State's sustainability plan, a document that she found to be a lot shorter when compared to other universities' sustainability plans, such as the University of Michigan's plan, where Wayne State's plan was 40 pages compared to a 500-page plan that U of M has. We also discussed our timeline and our deadlines. That was covered by Hank. And we also discussed the collaborative issues surrounding our team regarding late submissions, lack of consistency, and overall quality of our work. And after further research is done and the project moves along, we hope to be able to make a formal proposal with recommendations to Wayne State about their sustainability program. Thank you all for listening to our presentation.